So it's Reebok in the black jerseys, Alkali Max 96 and the white. And Alex, they've got players from all over the place on both of these rosters.
Yeah, Alkali Max is full of players from both Colorado and Michigan. They even have a player from the Czech Republic, František Kozlepka, who played for the Czech team in the World Junior Championships. They won the gold medal this last year.
So we've also got some players from all over the place on the Reebok team as well, and they're going to be having an exciting future in store for them, as some of those kids will be headed to the OHL next season. We'll talk a little bit about them as the game goes on. One guy to keep an eye on, as we featured this team earlier in the tournament against another team out of Michigan, Dylan Strome, wearing number 19, the number 2 overall pick in the Ontario Hockey League draft to Erie. He's from a local area, from the Toronto, Mississauga area. He showed us what he could do in that first game. Alex, number 19, a man to watch on the floor.
He sure is. He not only Strome, but don't forget about Kyle Capobianco, the number 7 overall pick, going to Sudbury in the OHL. He's also a Toronto boy. They make an impressive combination on the floor. So 19 Strome, 9 Capobianco. Watch the two of them in this one.
So we're going to get this one teed off here. It's the Bantam Platinum Championship here at the 2013 NARCh Finals. We're live coming to you from the Hershey Center in Mississauga, Ontario. The officials have both teams lined up. In between the pipes for Alkali is Curtis Schlereth out of Missouri, and Anthony Churro manning the net for Reebok. So opening faceoff controlled by Alkali, and they'll take it back. 2 12-minute halves being played here in the Bantam Platinum Championship. Bryson Johnson, one man to keep an eye on for Alkali. He wears number 91, and he'll reset it back, and Alkali Max will take control there. Prisky now waiting for help behind his net. You see the swingers come behind, and Prisky will take it out. Reebok behind the mask, playing a good, soft man-to-man right now, trying not to allow Alkali to advance the puck. Here comes Johnson trying to pick up a screen in front. Johnson fed it across wide to the corner, and Alex McDonald controls now for Reebok.
On that last breakout, Alkali Max 96 had a very unusual style where they sent 2 players to the same side of the rink. I wonder if that'll continue throughout this game.
Here comes Strome, player we mentioned in the pregame, number 19. Justin Fragona is back there now, tries to fight for it. Him and Strome efforting for the puck. Fragona steals it away off a Prisky stick. Fragona tried to feed it out front, intercepted by the Max, and here they come back the other way. Quickly, Joey Dolce from Colorado. Dolce right in, fakes a shot, passed it back out in front, nobody there. Reebok controls the other way as Strome slows it down and waits for help. Alex McDonald with the puck now with speed. Holds up as he was forechecked nicely by Alkali. McDonald controlling. 10-14 left to go in a scoreless hockey game. It's the Bantam Platinum Championship here at the 2013 NARCh Finals. Jared Dror, number 37, out there, as well as number 11, Fragona, Strome, and number 89, Alex McDonald. The lineup right now for Reebok as they make changes, and you see Capobianco onto the floor for the first time wearing the number 9 jersey. Here's Reebok into the offensive end. Reebok shot there by McDonald, gloved and hung on to by Schlereth.
So McDonald has Capobianco cross in front of him, set up a mini screen. He waits just an extra second to take that shot and made for an easy save for Schlereth.
So Schlereth in between the pipes. He wears number 35 for this Alkali-sponsored hockey club. Coach Todd Johnson hailing from the Missouri area. Face-off controlled by the Max. They give it away, though. Turnover, but they're able to pick it back up. Here comes the Max back the other way with Cole Homan coming out of Michigan. His brother Kaysen played earlier in the tournament. Quickly back the other way. Reebok now with the steal. They come back 1-on-2. And that was Robbie Goldsmith's shot deflecting wide. Rebound controlled there by Alkali. They'll slow it back down. 3 minutes into this one. 9 minutes left to go in the first half. Scoreless hockey game from the Hershey Center. Jeremy Ellis along with Alex Morrison. 2013 NARCh Finals. Chase Prisky now. Prisky knocked off the puck by Garcia. Garcia picks it up. Feeds it behind his own net. No one there, and Prisky will chase it down. Prisky trying to settle down that rolling puck. Finally gains control. He'll take it back behind his own net and reset. Bryson Johnson couldn't track it down. Number 91. And so Garcia will send it back. Garcia looking to change, and he does. He'll send Strome back out onto the floor as Reebok holds behind their cage. So off to a tentative start by both teams. Let's see if they start to pick up the run and gun. Prisky with the steal on Strome. Prisky tries to make a move. Stolen away there nicely by Jared Dror. Alkali regains possession. They'll hold back up. Bryson Johnson, number 91, back to Prisky. And they'll reset. Changes made there for behind the mask. Fragona back out onto the floor, number 11, as well as 89, Alex McDonald. So here comes Bryson Johnson. Johnson, the lefty, working on his forehand side. Feeds it across in front. Loose puck right there. And it looks like Churro gets it between the leg pads and holds on. A nice opportunity there for the Max. But Churro up to the task. His first big test.
Yeah, Churro does a great job staying solid in goal. That whole play, though, was developed by Bryson Johnson. He's going to South Dakota, Aberdeen, Wings in the NHL. He leaves in 2 weeks, so he has only 2 weeks to get his ice skates on his feet and get used to that.
Face-off in the Reebok end. Loose puck fought for by both teams. Finally, Reebok comes out with it. They've got a 3-on-2 here if they hurry. With speed into the offensive end. Reebok back the other way, looking to get a shot right in, and he scores. That's number, was that 92? Actually, that was Robbie Goldsmith, 72 for Reebok, skating all the way and making a nice move on Curtis Schlereth. And we have our first goal of the game at the 7:20 mark. Reebok goes on top.
Robbie Goldsmith's been playing for Coach Nick Boyarski for years. He's a local Arizona kid. Coach Nick Boyarski's also from Arizona. And he makes him proud with a beautiful move right around the goaltender.
So we see an odd man rush turn into a goal. There was a 3-on-2. Goldsmith used his two line mates as decoys, was able to take it in, tuck it around Curtis Schlereth. Bryson Johnson back the other way, trying to find the equalizer here for Alkali. Great job on defense, forcing the puck to the outside. And they'll have to reset with Prisky. So Prisky and Bryson Johnson, two of the main puck handlers here. This is Dolce with the puck now. Working to his left, try to feed it across in front to Resegi. And here comes Reebok back the other way, McDonald. McDonald circles and waits, leaves it off. Shot by Strome, just misses the net wide. And Alkali with Resegi will pick it up now. Changes being made by Reebok as they send 3 fresh bodies out onto the floor. Bryson Johnson waits as he looks for an opening. Finally up to Prisky. Prisky fed it across to Dolce. Dolce tees one up, shot right on. Nice save there by Churro. Great positioning. He was able to see that one cleanly.
Yeah, Dolce didn't have any other options. He was smart to take the shot because you do never know what'll happen. But when Churro has great position like that, it's tough to get by him.
So Churro and his teammates. You see two of our coaches, great friends, George Brown and Jason Miro, sneaking into the kiss cam. Shame on you, boys. All right, 5:50 left to go here in the first half. Reebok with a 1-0 lead right now. So Alex McDonald had it, lost it, picked back up now by Reebok. They come into the offensive end. Nice spin move there by Dominic Garcia. Garcia got cut off at the pass, and he'll have to throw it back down to McDonald. 5:21 left to go. 1-0 Reebok over Alkali. Max 96. Max 96 in the white jerseys. Reebok in the black. Resetting the play now is Dominic Garcia, member of Culver Academy's ice hockey team in Indiana. Bryson Johnson with it now, leaves it back for Prisky, and Alkali still looking a little bit tentative. They do have a short bench. Only 7 skaters, so they could be saving themselves for a little bit towards the end of the game. Bryson Johnson's shot goes wide. Prisky picks up the loose puck. He tries to feed it back down to Johnson. Coming away with it now is McDonald for Reebok. They'll control deep in their own end as Jared Dror picks up the puck and waits for help behind his own net. Jeremy Ellis and Alex Morrison here with you from the Hershey Center. 20th anniversary of the NARCh Finals 2013 edition. We're back in Florida next year.
Yeah, we look forward to Florida. Estero and Germain Arena. It's a beautiful building. Florida Everblades of the ECHL play there. They have 2 other rinks, and it's always a great time.
One pretty unique thing, Alex, is we're going to back-to-back stadium-style arenas for being here at the Hershey Center with the big bowl that you're seeing right now on your television screen, and also to the rink down in Estero, which is also a world-class facility.
Yeah, and one great thing we do with the schedule is make sure that every team has an opportunity to play on that big bowl. We were able to do it this year, and hopefully next year we'll be able to do the same.
All right, Alkali had a 3-on-1 there. Puck was knocked away. Good defense there by Reebok, and they'll have to reset to Johnson. Johnson Iron Manning this game so far for Alkali, yet to take a break. He's still out there in his number 91 white jersey. Swings it across to Prisky. Prisky to righty, down the right-hand side. Fires a shot from an off angle, and Churro handles that with ease.
Yeah, once again, Reebok's doing a great job keeping the shooters wide. There's not been a shot from the slot yet, so Churro can cut down the angles and is making it look easy.
3:15 left to go. Still no great scoring opportunities for the Max as they try to solve Anthony Churro. Alkali again with the puck, resetting back into their defensive end. We're at the 3-minute mark of the first half with Reebok on top of Alkali 1-0. It's a shot blocked away there by Strome. Strome fighting for it down in the corner. Picked up, errant pass there by Alkali. Here comes Reebok quickly back the other way. Fragona makes a move, had it and lost it, steered aside by Schlereth.
A little surprised here that they went on a 2-on-3 and forced it toward the net. It ended up being a turnover, and now Alkali Max 96 gets the puck.
So Prisky with it now. Prisky, number 19, Chase. Nice flowing locks out of the back of his helmet. Prisky and Bryson Johnson, your main puck harriers there. This is a Rezegi now with the puck. And they weave and feed it back to Prisky as he looks to advance it into the offensive end. Prisky thought about a shot, waited. Swings to his backhand. He'll swing it back up top to Joey Dolce. Yet to see Frankie, Frantisek Kozlepka onto the floor for Alkali. We'll wait and see when he gets his first shift. Quickly back the other way now is Reebok. Reebok taking a shot. Robbie Goldsmith and holding on for a whistle, Curtis Schlereth. So Goldsmith with a good opportunity in transition.
Yeah, it's nice for Schlereth, first of all, to get a good save under his belt. This is the first shot he's had since that goal. And really, he needs the confidence builder to be able to keep that puck out of the net and keep his team in the game.
So some changes personnel-wise were made for Alkali. Number 92, Jonathan Waring onto the floor. Now for his squad, along with Cole Holman. Bryson Johnson's still out there, though. He's yet to take a break. A North American player known for his endurance. Reebok fighting for that loose puck is number 89, Alex McDonald. Watched there closely by Holman. Holman and McDonald battle for it. Prisky tried to come in and pick it up. Finally, Garcia has it. Knocked away from him by Prisky. Johnson swings it around. Max trying to set something up. Here comes Prisky. Nice speed there by Reebok as they get back into the play. Look at Dominic Garcia flying around all over the place. Military training at the academy paying off. There's a steal, transition, and right in and scoring is Alkali. They get their first goal of the game. We're knotted here at 1.
What a gorgeous goal up top. We'll see the replay here. He keeps it on his forehand and beats the goalie up top shelf. What a nice goal.
That was number 92, Jonathan Waring. Waring gets the equalizer for Alkali. Under a minute to go, 47 seconds left. It's 1-1 now here in the Bantam Platinum Championship. There's a couple of our fans up there in the stands enjoying the action here. Back the other way, Justin Fragona. Fragona shot deflected wide of the net. Alkali will pick it up. Let's see if they can generate one last scoring opportunity here in the first half. Here comes Waring. Waring's got 1 goal under his belt. Waring makes a move. Shot right on. Just missed the far post. 20 seconds left to go. Reebok with the steal back the other way. See if they force it. Strome thought about it. Strome works to his backhand. Holds up. Strome into the corner now for Fragona. Fragona circling. Swings it back outside. 8 seconds left to go here in the first half. They battle for it along the boards. Who's going to come away with it? Looks like Fragona. Fragona's going to hold on. There's your buzzer. That's going to do it for the first half. We're knotted up at 1. Both teams playing tentative, but tight to the vest.
They sure are. Reebok had controlled the play at the beginning of this game, but Alkali Max seems to have found their groove, and they've tied it up, obviously, and are looking forward to a good second half.
So there you see the 2 goaltenders, Curtis Schlereth in the white jersey for Alkali Max, Anthony Churro. Each have only allowed 1 goal, but no real great scoring opportunities for either team in that first half.
No, well, the teams created their scoring opportunities. They're playing tight to the vest defensively, a good box. They're really not allowing too many scoring opportunities based on odd man rushes.
Now, the one thing about Reebok is they do play a very tight box out there on the defensive end. So we're going to go into our second half now, tied up at 1. There you see, we've got a good crowd here for this Bantam Platinum Championship. Enjoying themselves up there. Fans of all ages here at the Hershey Center. All right, and we're back to game action. Face-off controlled there by Reebok. They take the puck off the official skates, and back in is Justin Fragona. Fragona turning with speed. Rezegi all over him now like a pest. Rezegi and Fragona battling for it. Fragona will leave it there to Jared Drohr. Cross over to Goldsmith. Robbie from Arizona lost the puck. Here comes Alkali. Errant pass there. Johnson fighting for it. Actually, that was number 22, Dolce. Dolce stole the puck, and he'll send it back in. And this is Johnson now. Johnson looks like he had a little scratch on his face there. Took care of it. Popped the glove back on, and here comes Alkali back the other way. Look at the speed of this kid. Prisky. Prisky up in the slot. Pass across. No dice. Fragona quickly the other way. 1-on-2. Fragona, let's see what he does. Makes a move to the backhand. His shot high up off the netting. We have a whistle at the 11:02 mark. 1-1.
Jeremy, you described it perfectly. We start here. It's 1 minute into the second half, and the first break the other way is 1-on-2. Yes, they're getting back defensively. Everyone's still playing tentatively on the offensive end.
Bryson Johnson's still out there. May have grabbed a drink at halftime, but the kid has played the entire game so far. Let's see if fatigue becomes a factor for number 91 in white. Alex McDonald now. McDonald working the right side of the floor. McDonald circled, faked as he was going behind the net, held up. Puck was in his skates. He was able to pick it up, and he works back towards his defensive end. McDonald circling around the half-court mark. Over to Garcia. Garcia fed it across, and Reebok will wait for an opportunity to generate an odd man rush as Robbie Goldsmith controls. You can see here in the roller hockey game lots of cycling between the 4 players out on the floor. They may call them in forwards and defensemen, but every player has to be able to play multiple positions. With it now is Goldsmith. Goldsmith has the goal for Reebok in this game, and that's Alex McDonald. McDonald will slow it down behind his net. Watch closely there by the Max. Here's McDonald now working into the offensive end. McDonald being trailed by Dominic Garcia. McDonald tried to feed it over to Goldsmith. Goldsmith gave chase, knocked off of his stick, and finally knocked back as Rezegi playing good defense.
One thing I'm noticing with Reebok here, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but while they're cycling, they're bringing all 4 players to one side of the rink. Very unusual.
Definitely will keep an eye on their spacing as we go throughout this game. This is Prisky now. Prisky back out onto the floor with Bryson Johnson, Rezegi, and Dolce. Your lineup for Alkali Max 96 in the white jerseys and white pants. Reebok in the black and gray uniforms. Puck was loose there for a second. Miscommunication. Back comes the Max the other way. Dolce will reset. Wait for some help. Prisky fired it back behind his own net. Pace is slowed somewhat here in the second half. Neither team wanting to make a mistake, which could prove costly as we saw in the first half. Prisky's pass intercepted momentarily by Capobianco. Capobianco, the number 7 overall Ontario Hockey League pick, going to Sudbury.
One thing about this style of play that's very risky is when you control the puck in your own end, if that turnover happens at that end, there's not much room to be able to get back on defense.
So Bryson Johnson fired it down low into the offensive end. Chasing it down was Prisky and company, and they have it back again to Johnson. So this is Prisky matriculating the puck up the floor. Back the other way. This is Bryson Johnson. Johnson, one of the top scorers so far in the tournament, yet to really get a good scoring opportunity. Johnson had it and lost it. Reebok playing great defense there. McDonald now. McDonald with some speed coming up the left side. McDonald works to his backhand, tries to go wide on Prisky, throws one towards the net. Puck is loose. Trying to feed it back out in front was Goldsmith. Goldsmith pass intercepted. They could get a break here, and they had it for a second. And Waring was going to have to hold. Here comes Prisky now. Prisky, puck jumped off his stick. Prisky still fired one towards the net. Soft shot handled easily by Churro.
If you noticed on the right of your screen, you saw a defenseman for the first time jump into the play. They had a 3-on-2 working. He chose to take that shot. If he would have made the pass, he would have been able to open the floor up, hopefully get the goalie moving side to side, and they would have had a much better scoring opportunity.
So back the other way quickly. Loose puck off of the draw. And Waring shot just deflected on a rolling puck over the net. Bryson Johnson, your man with the puck, back across to Prisky. 7:20 left to go. We're tied up at 1 here in the Bantam Platinum Championship 2013 NARCh Finals. Our 20th year of doing this little get-together. Johnson with the puck now tries to feed it ahead. Both teams playing somewhat sloppy. Out to play is Churro. Churro chips it ahead. Reebok will settle it down and regroup behind their own cage. 6:54 left to go in this tied hockey game. So Reebok back the other way. Alex McDonald. McDonald working towards his left, holding up, and he'll circle. Watch closely there. Alkali switching from man to man. Jared Drohr and McDonald playing the back line now for Reebok. 6:28 left to go. Time ticking down. The next goal will probably be a big one. McDonald with it behind his own net. And here comes Reebok back the other way. Let's see if they try to get something going with Strome. Strome, the big lefty, feeds it down low for Fragona. Fragona works back up top to Jared Drohr. Drohr thought about a long pass to Strome. Elected not to do so, and Robbie Goldsmith will circle with the puck. Here comes Goldsmith. Goldsmith into the offensive end, working on his backhand. Back to his forehand in the slot. Knocked off of his stick. Shaky move there by Fragona. Fragona going behind the cage. He tried to feed it over to Strome. Puck intercepted there. And here comes Waring. Waring fed it back to Johnson and will reset.
Yeah, these guys, by trying not to make a mistake or ended up making mistakes all over the floor, Reebok backing up rather than pressing toward the net, ending up causing a turnover.
This is Prisky thought about taking a shot. He'll take it back down into his own end. Clock is continuing to roll here. Not a lot of stoppages. It's been a puck possession type of hockey game between these two. Definitely going to cash a ticket if you had the under on this one. Up ahead long looking for Cole Holman. Holman had it for a second. We haven't said his name too often in this hockey game, and he feeds it back down to Prisky.
Yeah, Jeremy had mentioned in the first half Cole's brother, Kaysen Holman. He's playing in pro for Alkali FTB, and Cole hopes to follow in his footsteps here in the next few years.
Kaysen playing Division I hockey at Boston University. Right into the play. There's Bryson Johnson, number 91. His first shot on net, saved there by Churro. Alkali pressing just a little bit. They're going to reset as the clock continues to roll. 4:33 left to go. So we're melting away minutes here, Alex, and we're getting into crunch time where any goal will be a huge one.
We sure are, and right now, the way it's playing out, Alkali Max 96 looks to have a slight edge as far as confidence, as far as moving the puck well and not having turnovers. But of course, as I say that, there's a turnover.
So Reebok, let's see if they can get anything going. They got the speedster, Justin Fragona, number 11. Plays for St. Andrews, nearby Mississauga lad. 3:58 left to go. We're under 4 minutes. We play 2 12-minute halves. If necessary, we will go to overtime here in the Bantam Platinum Championship game. Quickly back the other way, Garcia. Puck rolled on him just for a second as it looked like he was getting ready to fire one towards the net. Nice pass out in front. There was a good opportunity for Capo Bianco. Bianco's shot was deflected just wide. Here comes Alkali back the other way, and they're going to reset once again. Prisky with the puck over to Bryson Johnson.
Yeah, Capo Bianco had a great scoring opportunity to try to go 5-hole, but that 5-hole just disappeared on him and ended up being steered aside.
All right, quickly back the other way. This is Alkali trying to feed it in front. Nice save there on the quick shot by Prisky. Prisky was set up nicely. His quick shot did not find it. Rezegi forechecking hard now. Nice save there by Churro. Quickly and gloved as Jared Drorer had a nice look, but Schlereth gloves it and holds on.
Yeah, back at the other end of the rink, Prisky had the best scoring opportunity of this second half. He's committed to Quinnipiac for college, and wow, Quinnipiac, they have quite a few amazing roller hockey players that are coming in to their school in the next few years. The Renouf twins from the Rattlers, and now Prisky.
So we have a timeout on the floor right now. We're under 3 minutes left to go. 2:57 here in regulation time. Each team has a 1 next to their score as we had goals in the first half. No team yet to light the lamp here in the second half. It's been touch and go hockey. 2:57 left to go. There we see Eddie Lambaga from California, fresh off his over 35 game. The over 35 division, Alex, got underway today as well.
Yeah, it sure did. We had a barn burner when the Team La Beta played the Rockets, 2 teams based out of California, but with players from all over the place. They sure had a lot of fun out there, and I actually wouldn't be surprised to see those 2 teams in the 35 and over final on Sunday.
So, Alex, we welcomed in some new divisions this morning as well. I believe the women's division started, men's platinum getting on tap, and we have the pro entering into the playoffs here later on tonight.
Correct, yeah. Pro's going to be seeded after the 7:30 game this evening. One division you forgot about, Jeremy, is the 45 and over division, which is always a good time to watch.
All right, both teams reeking of Bengay after those games. 2:53 left to go here in regulation time. 1-1 our score. Here from the Hershey Center in Mississauga, Ontario, Jeremy Ellis along with my color man, Alex Morrison. Face off down low for Alkali. Puck controlled there by Reebok. They'll try to take it back. We had a recent timeout, and we had coaches talking strategy for both teams. Let's see how they implement it coming out of the timeout. Quickly the other way, Goldsmith. Goldsmith tried to get it across to Alex McDonald. Fragona picks it up there. Fragona makes a move to the slot. Fragona right in. Glove save there by Curtis Schlereth. Nice save. Somebody's telling jokes up in the stands as those fans look happy.
Yeah, if I'm one of these coaches coming out of the timeout, I'm telling my team, don't take your chances in overtime. Go get it now. Next goal wins. And really, the way this game has been played, 2.5 minutes to go, I believe that to be true. Next goal wins.
Well, the people in the crowd may be passing the cup and seeing who's going to win this little contest of who gets this next goal. It's going to be a big one for Agona right now. A couple people, like we mentioned, to watch. Bryson Johnson. There's a shot and a save there, and we have the official's arm up in the air. We're going to have a penalty. Our first one of the game. It's a high stick, and it comes at an inopportune time for Alkali Max.
Oh, my goodness. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go, and now a high-sticking penalty. That is so unfortunate. It did not look to be intentional anyway, but unfortunately when you have a careless high stick like that, player safety is always first, and we have a minor.
So let's see. It looks like Dolce, the offender, he's going to go to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. In the meantime, Coach Nick Boyarski calls timeout, and he'll talk to his troops over on the sideboards, and they'll try to set up a power play and look to go ahead in this one.
So having seen how Coach Boyarski runs his power play, they're probably going to keep their defensemen high. I don't think they're going to cheat down too much. They want to make sure there's plenty of space. Want to make sure they have room to move the puck. Now, if you're Max, you want to stay in a triangle, make sure no pucks come loose in front. You want all the shots to come from the wide side, and hope you get lucky here and kill this off, because, wow, with 2:10, this could be a dagger in the heart of Alkali Max.
There you see a couple fans up there playing hide-and-go-seek. All right, 2:10 left to go. We're going on the power play for Reebok. This is our Bantam Platinum Championship gold medal game. Let's see what happens. Rezegi into the box, or check that, Dolce into the box for Alkali Max for high sticking. Official Brett Martin making the call at the 2:10 mark of the second half. They work it up top. Alex McDonald running the top for Reebok. Goldsmith fed it down low. Pass across to Strome. Strome couldn't handle it in his skates. Strome working the right side. Back up top to McDonald. McDonald over to Goldsmith. Thought about it. He'll work it back up top as they play two-man passing. Nice tight triangle there. Strome fires one, and he scores! Off the back bar, Strome showing what he is made of. A hard one-timer. And the number 2 overall pick in the Ontario Hockey League gives his team the 2-1 lead with 1:27 left to go.
Yeah, Strome shows why he is that number 2 pick. A beautiful shot off the post and in. Reebok set up in a diamond on this power play. He was just barely at that angle and whack. An amazing shot and a goal, and that may have just won the Bantam Platinum Championship for Reebok.
Strome, a howitzer there on the one-timer, finding back bar. Curtis Schlereth, you can't blame him at all. That was a howitzer. Had little to no chance at all. Let's see what Prisky and Bryson Johnson and the teammates there can do. We'll wait and see when we try to get Schlereth pulled from the bench. Todd Johnson talking to Bryson Johnson from the bench area. Prisky with the puck now. We're closing in on 1 minute left. Johnson with it. Works up the floor. Johnson, the lefty, goes to the outside. Fires one on net off the post. Wow, Johnson almost tied it up at the 58-second mark. We're under 1 minute to play. There goes Schlereth to the net. 5, Alkali Max out onto the floor now. Reebok will box it up. It'll be a conventional power play. 5-on-4 with the empty net as Johnson works it up. We've got 42 seconds left. Shot in front, and they score, and we're tied. Not sure if Waring got a tip on that. Bryson Johnson fired it towards the cage. We'll see what the officials say, but it's a goal nonetheless. Johnson fires it, and no, Johnson on a nice screen by Waring gets it past. We talked about Johnson. We talked about Strome. Big players make big plays.
Absolutely. Actually, Waring was very impressive. Right in front, screening the goalie. He had no chance on it. He couldn't see the shot, and it was an open net goal.
Wow, so 2 big shots there. First, Strome to give his team a 2-1 lead, and then Bryson Johnson, the North American Hockey League player, ties it up with 35 seconds left to go in the second half. Counting down now, 20 seconds left to go in regulation time. Let's see if they take one last chance or if they're content to wait for overtime. Hanging back with the puck now is Alkali. Johnson will feed it down into the corner. They may save for one last shot. Prisky flying up there. This is Rezegi. Rezegi fed across to Prisky. Prisky threw it in front of the net. No dice. Horn goes. We're going to overtime, Alex, in the Bantam Platinum Championship. Wow.
We had 9 minutes of sleeper hockey in that half. Absolutely as depressingly boring as you'd ever see. But the most exciting 3 minutes of hockey I think I've seen this entire 2013 NARCh Finals. Wow, this overtime could be incredible.
So we're coming to you live from the Hershey Center right now, as it's a tied hockey game in the Bantam Platinum Championship between RBK behind the mask in the black uniforms and Alkali Max 96. It's overtime for the gold medal. So it's sudden death overtime here, meaning whoever lights the lamp first is going to take home a gold medal and a nice size trophy. So the teams will switch ends here as it's continuous overtime. So if we play 12 minutes and we still don't have a score, we're going to go to our double overtime, and it'll continue like that until someone puts it past these goaltenders. Curtis Schlereth, the goaltender for Alkali. Anthony Churro, the netminder for RBK. 2 goals there in the last 2.5 minutes of the hockey game, and that's where we find ourselves. Knotted at 2. We're just starting up the overtime period here, and let's see what happens, as this one has got excitement written all over it. All right, back to game action. Capo Bianco. Bianco has been quiet so far in this hockey game. Let's see if he asserts himself now. Dominic Garcia had it, lost it. Back to Capo Bianco. He'll chip it into the offensive end for Garcia. Garcia wrapped up with a player there, Bryson Johnson. Johnson able to fend him off. This is Rezegi. Rezegi will leave it there for Bryson Johnson. Johnson, errant pass there, was trying to find Dolce. Puck slipped away. Garcia comes up with it behind the net. Garcia goes down. No call there. Very dangerous, says Bryson Johnson. Uncharacteristically sloppy with the puck behind his own net. Garcia giving a close look to Bryson Johnson. They may try to man him up one-on-one to keep Johnson off the board once again. And here comes the Max the other way. This is Prisky. Prisky working up the right side. Had some help. He'll send it back. Johnson hanging back now a little bit. Maybe trying to catch some breath, as the kid has played the entire hockey game so far for Alkali. Very impressive, Alex.
Yeah, it sure is. It does help that he is standing around a bit. The first part of the second half was slow, but he sure has come up huge when he's needed to.
Rezegi quickly up the floor into the front court. They'll chip it all the way back down to Johnson. Johnson looks once again. Don't expect this RBK team, a very well-coached, highly disciplined squad, to make a mistake. Here comes Dolce now. Dolce working down the right side. The lefty chips it back to Prisky, and Prisky waits there. Prisky meanders in behind his own net, and that's where he'll wait and look for help. Johnson swings behind. He'll pitch it off to Johnson. Johnson looking. Bryson looking to lull an opponent into a deep sleep there as he waits and controls the puck. Nothing doing for RBK, and they'll watch as Alkali, who's controlled the puck for the entire overtime period, which we are 3 minutes into right now, closing in on the 9-minute mark. Bryson Johnson makes a move. Here comes the lefty on his forehand, circling down to the bottom behind the cage. Looking for someone to make a move in front of the net. No one does, and so he'll bring it back into his defensive zone for a second. Quickly up to Dolce. Dolce had a man swinging in front. Rezegi got a tip on it. Nice play there. Smart heads-up hockey by Rezegi going to the net. Got a piece of it, but Churro makes a big save here in overtime.
Yeah, you see on the right side of the screen, Rezegi right before that just got a step on Alex McDonald, and wow, he had a great scoring opportunity this overtime, the best one, the only one so far.
So Alex McDonald grew up playing outcast hockey for Nick Boyarski. And they'll fire it all the way back down into their own end, where Prisky will give chase and pick it up there. So Prisky and Bryson Johnson out there with Waring. for Alkali. Looks like Homan, the other Alkali player out there. Yes, Cole Homan wearing number 14. Sometimes you get those players that are unexpected goal scorers and heroes to come up with the big one in overtime. Let's see who's going to be a hero here. 8:15 left to go, and Alkali trying to work it up the floor. Here comes Bryson Johnson. Johnson working towards the slot. Johnson looks, waits, shot deflected wide. Reebok, good defense there as they clog up the middle, forcing Johnson to get off an ill-advised shot. Robbie Goldsmith tries to fend off his defender there, controlling the puck along the boards. They battle there, 4 players giving hard effort. You see Waring in there, number 92 for Alkali, digging at it. Finally, we get a whistle. Official Brian Baumgarten blowing the puck dead right there in front of the benches.
So I think if you're either team, you're looking for your players with a 9 and a 1 or a 1 and a 9 to come up big for you. It's either going to be Dylan Strome for Reebok or Bryson Johnson for Alkali. Those are my 2 picks here. Coaches are expecting them to lead their teams down the floor. They may or may not get the game-winning goal, but expect them to be a big player in it.
Well, the hardware's ready, waiting just outside of the bench area of Alkali and Reebok. The trophies, the medals, we're going to award those after this game, so stay tuned to see who got the gold, silver, and bronze, as well as high score and top goaltender of this division. Reebok with the puck, one of the first times they've had a chance to control it here in the overtime period. This is Dylan Strome, number 19. Keep an eye out on him as Fragona. Fragona tried to make a move, knocked off his stick. Quickly back to get it is Alex McDonald. Fragona almost gave it up. Jared Dror out on the floor now with McDonald along the back line. Strome up into the offensive end, waiting there as McDonald works the puck up the floor. He has Fragona trailing him. McDonald works it behind the net, knocked off the puck nicely by Bryson Johnson. The kid can do it all.
Yeah, he sure can. He's playing solid, both offensively and defensively. Going back to Reebok, the one thing I think they're doing great is they are actually pressing the puck up the floor. You can only score if you get shots on goal. And right now, Alkali Max, wow, they are playing a very slow game and waiting for mistakes that I don't expect Reebok to make.
Here comes Dolce. Dolce had an opportunity, but he saw that there was no numbers. It was 2-on-3. We're already almost halfway through this overtime period. There's a 3 up on the board under the period. That means we're in overtime here of the Bantam Platinum Championship game. 2-2 hockey game. 2 goals, one by each team in the final 2.5 minutes of this hockey game, and that's where we find ourselves as Prisky works it up the floor. Cuts to the slot. Prisky looking for his shot. Elects to bring it back, and that's where Bryson Johnson will track it down for Alkali Max. Alkali Max in the white jerseys. Reebok behind the mask in black. This is Johnson. Johnson working up to Prisky. Prisky gets free for a second. Prisky makes a move to the backhand. Prisky out in front. Shot knocked away. Here comes Reebok back the other way, trying to generate some offense. Puck is knocked away, and that's where they'll reset it back once again. Nice defensive play and good back check there by Alkali. Johnson hypnotizing his defender as he skates with it gingerly back and forth in his own end, leaving it there for Prisky. Prisky and Johnson play off each other very well. Prisky more of a run and gun type, whereas Johnson plays a slow, methodical game. Fortunately, it works out for the both of them. Johnson now giving chase. Johnson working his man over. There is Dominic Garcia. Garcia goes down. Johnson has the puck. Looking back up top to Rezegi. Rezegi, no shot. He'll fire it back down to Prisky. So someone's got to want it here, Alex, if they're going to score.
Yeah, and Johnson and Prisky, like you mentioned, they do play well off of each other. They're the 2 top ice hockey players on their team as well. And really what I expect them to do is start pressing it a little bit more and forcing Reebok to make a mistake rather than waiting for them to make one.
So Prisky circles back into his own end. He has 2 other teammates back there with him. Reebok pressing up just a little bit, and they'll sit back and wait around the center line. Again, a somewhat slow hockey game. Let's see if one of these teams will try to generate an opportunity here. 4:11 left to go here in our first overtime period. We're tied up at 2. Prisky And you can see good defensive positioning there by Reebok as they cut off any angles as he approached center floor. Prisky once again. One thing you haven't seen is any long passes in this game, Alex, as neither team's really trying to take the chance to connect.
Yeah, we haven't seen that home run pass because they really don't want to turn the puck over, puck possession being so important. Alkali Max, though, like I've said before here, they may be taking it to the max and holding it just a little bit too long.
This is Prisky fed across to him. He couldn't get the shot off. All right, here we go. It's Reebok back the other way, 3-on-1. Fed across. And here's a shot save there as Capobianco had an opportunity on his forehand. Good back check there by Alkali. And nice save by Schlereth as he saw his first shot here of the overtime period. Reebok fighting for it. Dominic Garcia down low along with Capobianco. Capobianco goes down as Bryson Johnson protecting the puck well. Johnson gives a little chop there to his opponent. Puck circled back the other way, kept in by Reebok. They fire it behind, and that's where Alkali will take over. Both teams making changes.
Looks like Dominic Garcia is starting to get a little bit frustrated out there. Hopefully he can pull it back together. He just chirped the referee a little bit, and he pushed a guy in the corner. So we don't need a bad penalty if you're Reebok.
Reebok picks up the puck now behind their own net. Alex McDonald. McDonald out there with Strome. And also Garcia. So Reebok, one of the few times they've had the puck in their possession this overtime period. 2:25 left to go here in our first overtime. Score is still tied at 2. Jeremy Ellis, Alex Morrison with you from the 2013 NARCh Finals.
In a lot of games that go to overtime, being at the opposite end of your bench really comes into play because you have that long change. But these teams, they really aren't changing much. So many players are staying on the floor for such a long shift that it doesn't come into play here.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left to go here in our first overtime. We're at the Hershey Center in Mississauga, Ontario, the 2013 NARCh Finals Bantam Platinum Championship. Fought for and controlled there by Alkali. Good scoring opportunity there for Homan. Homan had it momentarily out front. Bodies flying all over the place. Nice effort there as Reebok got down to block a couple shots. Solchuro didn't have to.
Yeah, this was one of the mistakes that was forced now. Alkali took it to Reebok. A guy fell down, and they ended up with a little mini 2-on-1 in front of the net.
Prisky had it for a second, looking for a shot. Strome able to tip it off his stick. Johnson will give chase and settle it back down nicely for Alkali. Teams making changes. You see Jonathan Waring, the lanky right-hander, number 92, back out onto the floor. Alkali looks like they're going to have an opportunity. They instead bring it back, so Prisky has it now, under a minute to play in overtime.
Yeah, a guy gets a puck right near the slot and brings it back into his own defensive zone. That's a risky play in overtime. You want to take your opportunities when they're handed to you.
Well, we've seen countless times how many times a junk or garbage goal, if you will, gets scored. Here comes Johnson, and Johnson made a nice move, got to his forehand, couldn't put it in, and quickly back the other way is Fergona. Fergona makes a move to his backhand. Fergona walking in and knocked off his stick there. Here comes Prisky. Prisky chipping up off the boards. 22 seconds left in overtime. Prisky out of his reach. And puck just out of the outstretched arm of Reebok. Bryson Johnson controlling. And we are down to the final 10 seconds. Johnson tees one up. Blocked out in front. Prisky will control the loose puck. It looks like we're going to double overtime. 5 seconds left. Prisky content to hold on. And we're going to double overtime. And Alex, you'd usually say a double overtime game, lots of excitement. Not necessarily the case in this one.
Yeah, if you did have a little nap during this game, you didn't miss much, unfortunately. These teams really need to step it up here, start taking some chances. Otherwise, it's going to be a bad goal that wins this one.
So we are into our double overtime. And Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first double overtime game of the 2013 finals?
I know it's the first double overtime final. We do have so many games going on here at the 2013 NARCh finals. We're on game 495 right now. This is day 15 of the finals. And wow, with 495 games for this to be the first double overtime final, that's pretty impressive.
So real quick, Alex, this is the 20th anniversary of the NARCh Finals, so I know you've been on the ride for a lot of them. What NARCh Finals is this for you?
That is a great question and one that I don't know the answer to. If I were to guess, I would say this is number 15 for me. The first NARCh Finals I was at was in Chicago, the third NARCh Finals. And it was one heck of an experience at the Odeum. It was hot. Air conditioning was intermittent. And yeah, it was a good time overall. Stayed along for the ride. That next year in Vancouver in 97, that was memorable as well. 2 rinks. There were 2 ice rinks in the building that were supposed to cool it off. Yeah, they didn't work. And Vancouver had a record hot spell. So, yeah, 2 in a row of heat. Now we're in this nice, beautiful, cool Hershey Center for this one.
So the NARCh Finals have had multiple locations. In recent years, we've tamed it down just a bit. Estero, Florida, where we're at next year. Toronto, San Jose on the docket. Those 3 are the main facilities that we use. Passed out in front. Dolce trying to connect with his teammate. Long rebound back the other way with Reebok. Garcia thought about taking a chance and instead elects to drop it back to Jared Drohr.
Yeah, you saw Coach Nick Boyarski right there telling him to hold it, keep it. They want to set up their play and get a good scoring opportunity here rather than have a 2-on-3 and a potential turnover.
So Reebok controlling the puck. If you're just joining us, we're in our double overtime session here. Quickly, Dominic Garcia. Garcia, nice opportunity. His shot to the blocker's side, just wide of the net. A good scoring opportunity here in our first minute of double overtime. 11 minutes left to go here in our second overtime period. Garcia, the rostered player for Culver Academy, works with it and waits now. Garcia drops it off, flies into the front court. Not taking any chances there is Robbie Goldsmith as he works. He'll trade it off to Garcia. Garcia weaving to his left, drops it off there to Jared Drohr. Drohr back to Goldsmith. Goldsmith with the puck now, working left side on Rezegi. Actually, Dolce gives him a nice defensive play there. Shot was on by Capobianco from an off angle, and Schlereth makes his first save of the second overtime.
Yeah, Capobianco wasn't thinking the way that Nick Boyarski wants him to think here. He's taking that shot. It's a bad angle. Goalie makes an easy save. Boyarski wants him moving side to side and wants a little better opportunity.
Reebok controlling the faceoff. Each and every faceoff becomes very important. Now, the thing is we have not had a lot of them, as neither team has been taking a lot of shots. A lot of rolling clock here. Even though it's stop time, these periods have been going by fast. There's a shot from way out by Alex McDonald. If you get it towards the net, who knows what might happen. Schlereth able to suck it up and glove it for a whistle.
Yeah, Schlereth came out. He was at the top of the crease, cut down the angle, and he did a great job there smothering that puck.
Face-off controlled there by Alkali. And here comes Prisky back the other way. Prisky has some speed. Chopped through as he goes. Prisky working on the backhand. Prisky right out in front. Nice poke check there by Churro. Prisky lost it back into the corner. So here comes Alex McDonald back the other way now for Reebok. McDonald shot right on. Schlereth had to make a save. Didn't expect that one to get all the way through. And they'll control it with Dolce. So Bryson Johnson got the equalizer, the 5'11", 185-pounder from St. Peters, Missouri. He's got a couple games in the North American Hockey League under his belt, looking to play full-time this upcoming season, as we mentioned, for Aberdeen. Played one game for them last year, had an assist in that one. Here comes the aforementioned Johnson. Had it for a second, lost it. He'll fire it back down to his partner, Prisky.
Yeah, Johnson born in 96, late in early September. He's still 16, so he has a bright future ahead of him.
So Johnson out there with Prisky, putting in extra work. They're punching the time clock for a long one today. They're getting paid time and a half as they're here in their second overtime period. Puck knocked off their stick, and Strome with it now. He'll feed it back down to Robbie Goldsmith.
I think they may have a better union than ours as they're getting their time and a half.
Long days here at the Hershey Center. We're opening them up and closing them down. Here comes Robbie Goldsmith the other way. Goldsmith lost it for a second, goes down. Oh, and he had a nice play there to knock it off the stick of Rezegi. Here comes Reebok. Reebok with it with Alex McDonald. McDonald into his own end. Waits, has Goldsmith circle behind him. McDonald looks to force it up a little bit. Works on his forehand side. McDonald will go right in, take a shot on Schlereth. Save. Rebound right out in front, and they score! That's Justin Fragona picking up the rebound. He fires it past Schlereth, and it's all over. 3-2. Reebok wins the Bantam Platinum Championship here from the Hershey Center in Mississauga, Ontario. We mentioned it could be a garbage-type goal. It was a rebound. Nice save. There you see Fragona following the play. Fragona, the local boy who plays at St. Andrews, gets the game winner at the 7:53 mark of double overtime, Alex.
Yeah, it's Alex McDonald made this happen from the outside, taking that shot up high, bouncing down low. Another shot and a stick save, but wow, Fragona right there to clean up the garbage, stuff it home. Beautiful goal, and wow, it's taking chances that makes it happen for Reebok. Alkali, unfortunate that they just sat on that puck.
I tell you what, as you saw Reebok get excited down there in the corner, one of the guys that flew all the way down there to join into the celebration, Anthony Churro. Churro beat even Dominic Garcia down to the scrum down there as they celebrate amongst themselves. So Coach Nick Boyarski picks up a gold medal for his Reebok behind the mass squad. And even though it was a little bit of a slow affair, still a very exciting hockey game here from the Hershey Center. Here we see it once again. High shot off the mask at Schlereth. He may have been shaken up just a quick bit. Was out of position as the loose puck came over there to Fragona. Again, young players at home, make sure you crash the net. Look for rebounds. That's how goal scorers get goals, and that's how you win championships.